Hey everyone, এই ভিডিঅ'টোত আমি HS ছেকেণ্ড ইয়াৰৰ ইংলিছ গ্ৰামাৰৰ নেৰেশ্যনৰ প্ৰিভিয়াছ ইয়াৰ্ছ কুৱেশ্যনবিলাক চাম। আমি 2000 চনৰ পৰা 2024 লাষ্ট 24 বছৰৰ গোটেইকেইটা প্ৰিভিয়াছ ইয়াৰ্ছ কুৱেশ্যন চাম নেৰেশ্যনৰ। ব'লা ভিডিঅ'টো আৰম্ভ কৰোঁ। প্ৰথমতে আছে 2000ত আহিছিল ফাৰ্ষ্ট কুৱেশ্যন, হি ছেইড টু মি, when will you go to Delhi? I shall send my brother with you. Here answer to hobo. He asked me when I would go to Delhi and said that he would send his brother with me. Next question. I asked Rita what she was doing. Rita replied that she was preparing her lesson. Here answer to hobo. I said to Rita, what are you doing? I am preparing my lesson, said Rita. Next 2001 আহিছিল. Roman said to the boy, what's the matter? Why are you crying? Be cheerful. Answer. Roman asked the boy what the matter was and why he was crying. He also advised him to be cheerful. Next question to go. My friend told me that he was very thirsty and requested me to give him a glass of water. এইটো ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত আছে, আমি ডাইৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত নিব লাগে। Answer. My friend said to me, I am very thirsty. Please give me a glass of water. Next 2002 আহিছিল. The boy said to the teacher, Sir, I am weak in English and seek your advice. Read the text thoroughly and try to express your ideas in simple English, said the teacher. এইটো ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত আছে, আমি ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনলৈ কনভাৰ্ট কৰিব লাগে। আনচাৰটো হ'ব, দ্য বয় told the teacher that he was weak in English and sought his advice. The teacher advised him to read the text thoroughly and try to express his ideas in simple, correct English. Next question to Assam. I asked my friend why he looked so sad. He replied that his father was seriously ill and there was little hope for his recovery. এইটো ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত আছে, আমি ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনলৈ কনভাৰ্ট কৰিম। Answer. I said to my friend, why do you look so sad? He said, my father is seriously ill. There is little hope for his recovery. Next 2003 আহিছিল. First question. I have just bought a car, said Peter, but it isn't insured yet, so I cannot take you for a ride. এইটো ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত আছে, আমি ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনলৈ নিব লাগে। আনচাৰটো হ'ব, Peter said that he had just bought a car, but it wasn't insured till then, so he could not take me for a ride. Next question আছে, indirect narrationত আছে, direct narrationলৈ নিব লাগে। The man said that they had been there for 2.5 years and they are going to stay another 6 months. Answer to the man said, we have been here for 2.5 years and we are going to stay another 6 months. 2004 first question. The traveler said to the peasant, can you show me the nearest inn? Yes, said the peasant. Answer. The traveler asked the peasant if he could show him the nearest inn. The peasant replied that he could. Next question. She said to her son that she was old and lonely and asked him if he had no pity on her loneliness. এইটো ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত আছে, আমি ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনলৈ নিম। আনচাৰটো হ'ব, she said to her son, I am old and lonely. Don't you have pity on my loneliness? Next 2005 first question to আছে, nothing can be avoided, said Caesar, which the god have proposed. These omens appear to everyone, not only to Caesar. Answer to Caesar said that nothing could be avoided which the god has proposed. He added that those omens appear to everyone, not only to Caesar. 2006 first question. Hercules said the goddess of virtue, I offer myself to you because I know you are descended from the gods and that you have given proof of that by your love of virtue. Answer. The goddess of virtue told Hercules that she offered herself to him because she knew that he was descended from the gods and he had given proof of that by his love of virtue. Next question. When John asked Mary whether she would help him, she replied that she would. Indirect narration of the direct narration name. Answer. When John said to Mary, "Will you help me?" Mary said, "Yes, I will." Next question. He said, "I do not wish to see any of you. Go away." Answer. He said that he did not wish to see any of them and asked them to go away. Next question. The traveler asked the peasant if he could tell him the way to the nearest inn. The peasant replied that he could. এই কুৱেশ্যনটো আগতো আহিছে 2004ত, কিন্তু সেইটো ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনৰ পৰা ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনলৈ কনভাৰ্ট কৰিবলৈ আহিছিল। এতিয়া ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত দিয়া আছে, আমি ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত কনভাৰ্ট কৰিম। আনচাৰটো হ'ব, দ্য ট্ৰেভেলাৰ ছেইড টু দ্য পিজেণ্ট, "কেন ইউ টেল মি দ্য ৱে টু দ্য নিয়েৰেষ্ট ইন?" "Yes," said the pigeon. Next, 2008 first question to say, Rashmi, Karan said, "I have a very important matter to discuss with you today, so you must give me your attention." Answer to Karan told Rashmi that he had a very important matter to discuss with her that day, and so she had to give him her attention. Next question. The teacher ordered Joey to stand up and asked him why he had not prepared his lesson. He also told him that he would write to his father. Answer to the teacher said to Joey, "Stand up. Why haven't you prepared your lesson?" "I shall write to your father." Next 2009 first question to Rohit said to his friends, "Let us go and help the flood affected people." Answer. Rohit suggested to his friends that they should go and help the flood affected people. Next question. I asked Priya what she was doing. Priya replied that she was preparing her lesson. Answer. I said to Priya, "What are you doing?" "I am preparing my lessons," said Priya. Next 2010. Yeah, আমার 10 বছৰৰ question goal already. 2010. First question to আছে, I said to him, "How long will you stay?" He replied, "For 5 days." Answer to hobo. এই কুৱেশ্যনটো ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত দিয়া আছে, আমি ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনলৈ কনভাৰ্ট কৰিম। তো আনচাৰটো হ'ব, I asked him how long he would stay. He replied that he would stay for 5 days. Next question to আছে, the boy humbly requested the teacher to excuse him and promised that he would never do so again. To indirect narration আছে, so আমি direct narration লৈ convert কৰিম। The boy said to the teacher, "Excuse me, sir. I promise I will never do so again." Next 2011. Question number 1. Rajmi asked her friends if they were ready to go with her. They wanted to know what her intention was. So your answer to hobo, Rajmi said to her friends, "Are you ready to go with me?" They asked, "What is your intention?" The boy requested that he might be allowed to get in, but the teacher said no. So এই কুৱেশ্যনটো দুটা পাৰ্টত আছে, দুইটা বেলেগ বেলেগ নেৰেশ্যনত আছে। ফাৰ্ষ্টটো আছে ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত আৰু ছেকেণ্ড পাৰ্টটো আছে ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত। চ' আমাৰ কুৱেশ্যনটো এনেকৈ আছে না, চেঞ্জ দ্য নেৰেশ্যন, তেনেহ'লে দুইটা পাৰ্ট চেঞ্জ কৰিব লাগিব। আৰু যদি থাকিলে হয় চেঞ্জ টু ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যন, তেনেহ'লে ফাৰ্ষ্টৰ পাৰ্টটো চেঞ্জ কৰিব নালাগে, কাৰণ অলৰেডি ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত আছে। ছেকেণ্ড পাৰ্টটো আমি চেঞ্জ কৰিলোঁ হয়, কিন্তু এতিয়া আমাক অনলি চেঞ্জ কৰিব দিছে সো যিটো নেৰেশ্যনতে আছে সেইটোৱে চেঞ্জ কৰিম আমি ফাৰ্ষ্টটো আমি ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত আছে সো আমি ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনলৈ চেঞ্জ কৰিম আৰু সেকেন্ডটো আমি ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনৰ পৰা ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনলৈ চেঞ্জ কৰিম তো আনসাৰটো এনেকৈ হ'ব দ্য বয় said let me get in please but the teacher forbade him to get in বা এনেকৈ হ'ব the boy said may I come in please but the teacher forbade him to get in তাৰপিছত আমি চাম 2013 ফাৰ্ষ্টত আছে why aren't you wearing chappals I asked one boy my mother did not bring them down from the shelf he answers simply answer to hobo I ask one boy why he isn't wearing chappals he answers simply that his mother didn't bring them down from the shelf তাৰপিছত আছে one day Mukesh told me that he would be a motor mechanic and live Firozabad I asked him if he knew anything about cars এটো ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত আছে সো আমি ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনলৈ নিম এনেকৈ লিখিম আমি one day Mukesh said to me I shall be a motor mechanic and live Firozabad I said to him do you know anything about cars তাৰপিছত চাম আমি 2014 ফাৰ্ষ্টত আছে the lady said to the salesman what is the price of this Barbie doll the salesman said to her it is a bit expensive but I can give it to you at a 20% discount এটো আমাৰ ডাইৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত আছে সো আমি ইয়াক ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনলৈ নিব লাগিব আনসাৰটো হ'ব the lady asked the salesman what is the price of that Barbie doll was the salesman replied to her that it was a bit expensive but he could give it to her at a 20% discount one day Mohan told me that he would become a doctor and leave Assam I asked him if he knew anything about medicine it is same 2013 aha last question to nisina খালি নাম আৰু প্ৰফেশন কিটা চেঞ্জ কৰি দিছে সেম ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনৰ পৰা ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনলৈ লিম আনসাৰটো হ'ব one day Mohan said to me I shall become a doctor and live Assam I said to him do you know anything about তাৰপিছত আছে 2015 where do you go every Sunday I asked the girl she replied I go to the church এটো ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত আছে তো আমি ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনলৈ নিম আনসাৰটো হ'ব I asked the girl where she went every Sunday she replied that she went to the church তাৰপিছত আছে the teacher asked Rumi if she had read the Bible she replied that she hadn't ইনডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনত আছে আমি ডিৰেক্ট নেৰেশ্যনলৈ নিম তো এনেকৈ লিখিম The teacher said to Rumi, have you read the Bible? She said, no, I haven't. তাৰপিছত আছে 2016 How long do you have to wait for your train? The woman asked me. About an hour. I replied. Direct narration আছে আমি indirect narration লৈ নিম The woman asked me how long I had to wait for my train. I replied that I had to wait about an hour. তাৰপিছত আছে I asked Ranjan where Nina lived. Ranjan replied regretfully that he didn't know. Answer to hobo I said to Ranjan, where does Nina live? Ranjan said, sorry, I don't know. তাৰপিছত আছে 2017 ফাৰ্ষ্টত আছে The boy said to the teacher, sir, I am weak in English and seek your advice. Read the text thoroughly and try to express your ideas in simple correct English, said the teacher. Etu direct narration ata ami indirect narration loi nim answer to hobo The boy told the teacher that he was weak in English and sought his advice. The teacher advised him to read the text thoroughly and try to express his ideas in simple correct English. Yat short likha hoise short hoise seek or past তাৰপিছত আছে my friend told me that he was very thirsty and requested me to give him a glass of water. Answer. My friend said to me, I am very thirsty. Please give me a glass of water. তাৰপিছত আছে 2018. ফাৰ্ষ্টত আছে the speaker said, I thank you ladies and gentlemen for giving kind hearing. When I arrived here yesterday, I did not believe that I might meet so large a gathering. So etu hobo the speaker thanked the ladies and gentlemen for giving him a kind hearing. He also added that when he arrived here the previous day, he did not believe that he might meet so large a gathering. তাৰপিছত আছে his mother exclaimed in sorrow that she had not a bit of bread to give him and that he had eaten up all the provisions she had in the house the previous day. So এইটো আমি direct narrationত লিখিম এনেকে লিখিম his mother said, alas, I have not a bit of bread to give you. You ate up all the provisions I had in the house yesterday. তাৰপিছত আছে 2019. Rina said to the boy, what's the matter? Why are you crying? Be cheerful. এইটো হ'ব Rina asked the boy what the matter was and why he was crying. She also advised him to be cheerful. তাৰপিছত আছে the customer inquired if he could get a garden roller in that shop. The assistant respectfully replied that he would get it in the hardware department. আৰু indirect narration আছে আমি direct narration লিখিম the customer said, can I get a garden roller in the shop? The assistant said, sir, you will get it in the hardware department. তাৰপিছত আছে 2020. Alexander said to Porus, how do you desire to be treated? He answered, like a king. এইটো direct narration আছে আমি indirect narration লৈ convert কৰিম তো এনেকৈ লিখিম Alexander asked Porus how he desired to be treated. He answered that he desired to be treated like a king. তাৰপিছত আছে the boys exclaimed in joy that they had all passed the test and that they would celebrate their success the next day. The boys said, hurrah, we have all passed the test and we shall celebrate our success tomorrow. তাৰপিছত আছে 2022. 2021 exam হোৱা নাছিল so 21 question আমাৰ তাত নাই 2022 চাৰিটা question দিয়া আছিল তাতে দুটা অপচনেল আছিল যিকোনো দুটা চাৰিটাৰ পৰা দুটা লিখিব লাগে 2022 পৰা দুটাতকৈ বেছি অপচন থাকে তিনটা বা চাৰিটা তাৰ পৰা যিকোনো দুটা লিখিব লাগে সো আমি বেছি অপচন পাওঁ যেটো সহজ লাগে হেতু লিখিব পাৰিম ফাৰ্ষ্টত আছে why aren't you wearing shoes? The teacher asked the girl. My mother did not bring them down from the shelf. She answers simply. এটো সেম আগতে এনেধৰণৰ আছিলে প্ৰিভিয়াস ইয়াৰ্সত আহিছিলে সেম ৰিপিট হৈছে তো এর আনসারটো আমি এনেকে লিখিম The teacher asks the girl why she is not wearing shoes. She answers simply that her mother did not bring them down from the shelf. তাৰপিছত আছে I asked my friend why he looked so sad. He replied that his father was seriously ill and there was little hope for his recovery. এটো আমি লিখিম I said to my friend, why do you look so sad? He said, my father is seriously ill and there is little hope for his recovery. তাৰপিছত আছে my friend said to me, I am very thirsty. Please give me a glass of water. এটো আনসারটো হ'ব my friend told me that he was very thirsty and requested me to give him a glass of water. তাৰপিছত আছে Rina asked the boy what the matter was and why he was crying. She also advised him to be cheerful. এটো আমি লিখিম Rina said to the boy, what's the matter? Why are you crying? Be cheerful. তাৰপিছত আছে 2023. ফাৰ্ষ্টত আছে The gentleman said to the salesman, what is the price of this dictionary? The salesman said to him, it's a bit expensive but I can give it to you at a 10% discount. তেনেকুৱা সেম আগত আহিছে ৰিপিট হৈ আছে বাৰে বাৰে কোৱেশ্চন তো ভালকে চাই যাবা এইখিনি পৰাই আহিব পাৰে এটা আমি এনেকৈ লিখিম The gentleman asked the salesman what the price of that dictionary was. The salesman replied that it was a bit expensive, but he could give it to him at a 10% discount. So I asked the old lady where Professor Sharma lived. The lady replied regretfully that she didn't know. Ito ami eneke likhim. I said to the old lady, where does Professor Sharma live? The lady said, sorry, I don't know. The girl said to the teacher, Madam, I am weak in English and seek your advice. The teacher said, read the text thoroughly and try to express your ideas in simple, correct English. Eto repeat hoise. Eneke likhim. Addressing Madam, the girl told the teacher that she was weak in English and sought her advice. The teacher advised to read the text thoroughly and try to express her ideas in simple, correct English. Let's buy some milk and prepare milkshake for us, said Aruna. The milkshake we are drinking now is utterly tasteless. Aruna suggested that they should buy some milk and prepare a milkshake for them. And also she told that the milkshake they were drinking then was utterly tasteless. 2024. M. Himmel said, my children, this is the last lesson I shall give you. The order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of AHSEC and Lorraine. M. Himmel informed his students that it was the final lesson he would impart to them. He mentioned that an order had arrived from Berlin mandating the teaching of only German in the schools of AHSEC and Lorraine. Aditi asked Raju if his sister was at home. Raju replied that she was not. She had gone shopping with their mother. Aditi said to Raj, is your sister at home? Raj said, she is not. She is gone shopping with our mother. He said to me, how long will you stay here? I replied that I would stay for a week. He inquired about the duration of my stay, asking, how long will you remain here? I promptly replied that I intended to stay for a week. 2025. He said to the boys, let us start at once, otherwise we may miss the train. Answer. He suggested to the boys that they should start at once, otherwise they might miss the train. Bimal told Gopal that he was the first boy in the class and he would remain so till he left the school. Bimal said to Gopal, you are the first boy in the class and you will remain so till you leave the school. Macbeth asked his wife whether she heard a noise. She said to him, go back and wash your hands. Macbeth asked his wife if she heard a noise. She told him to go back and wash his hands. So, ikera asil amar narration or HS or previous year questions 2000 or pora loi 2025 olike. So, ekhini bhalke practice kori jaba tumaloke jate bhul nohoy exam ot aru bhalke likhi aiba. All the best.